What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. And things have changed.
Yeah, as you can see, I hope you noticed at least. If you didn't, then some people are only audio listeners. So
true.
You can.
And some people are blind. To all our blind fan,
to our blind fan,
if you're out there,
he's our biggest fan because he doesn't see what we make, and that's what he likes about it.
It's true. As you can see, we got a new place. This is a little bit bootleg right now. The equipment isn't. But the studio is a little bit right now because we're just trying to figure this place out. Because, we've moved from our old place. We might as well start with that. We're gonna loop around, but we can start with that. We moved from our old studio, which was a great studio as well, but we moved country.
I like that you said
studio.
Our studio.
It's our studio.
It was our studio.
We're the only ones who used it.
Yeah.
Really.
Shout out to Trekanten. Thank you for supporting us, and which is our studio, by the way.
Yeah.
We moved, both of us. We went from Denmark, Aalborg, to Berlin, Germany. And why did we do that again?
We joined, as you can see from my fancy turtleneck, a film school. I hope you can see that.
I'm also part of the school, by the way, so I have the bottle.
So, yeah. And also shout out to a classmate who's got a clothes right there. We're going to rep that right there.
Don't get it too close, man. You're ruined.
There you go.
Hold close to your face. Take a drink. Take a sip. Take a sip.
Views.
Nice. And cut.
I got it on my beard.
All right, nice.
We're at BIM, which is a film school in Berlin. It took us like 4 minutes to get to that point.
Yeah,
we're here, and that's why we moved. And this is part of the studio here. And we're gonna be making a lot of stuff, a lot of shit with a lot of fancy equipment.
Yeah, today we're gonna talk about Passion of the Chris, a movie we have made, and hopefully you have seen it. And if you haven't, go down or press somewhere. I don't think that's possible anymore. But it's gonna be. When we made that movie, we immediately knew we have to go to a film school because we need help. We need a lot of help.
That's true,
and that's what BIM can provide. And for now, we have been here 1 month exactly, and it's been going great. And more on that later. If you're interested in BIM, go down to that. No, watch the entire podcast if you want. If you think of going to a film school in Europe, because BIM could be the best one in Europe at least. There are different ones. You can also in Manchester, in Brighton, in whatever. But
Abeltoft.
If you want to meet us, we are at BIM Berlin.
Yeah, you want to come kick it with us? Then you got to come to Berlin.
Exactly, Berlin.
Berlin. That's we'll get into that. That's an inside joke. Yeah. Berlin. Maybe when we leave Berlin, we'll touch upon that.
Yeah. In 3 years or 15, I don't know how long we're gonna stay here. But we made a movie, and it's called Passion of the Chris.
No.
I was the actor in it.
No. You were.
I was the worst actor in it as well. I think I heard the movie almost the most, but luckily I wasn't because Noah was the cameraman, and he really no. Well, tell me, not everything went smoothly.
First of all, we could just say we were fucked with equipment from the start.
100%.
On the day of filming, we were found out we couldn't actually get any of the equipment.
Can we say names?
No, I wouldn't. I don't.
Okay.
I don't care.
Well, we had a little arrangement to get equipment from some people, and just in the last minute, there were some personal problems, and
it fell apart basically.
It fell apart
for reasons.
And then it's like
not our fault.
This time it wasn't. No.
This time.
So we had a light set and everything, which we do have at BIM now. Shout out to BIM again.
And we have actual, fucking stuff here that isn't we had a dolly which was on a skateboard.
Yeah.
We had
pictures.
We can show the pictures somewhere. We'll probably put the pictures around somewhere. I look like a hobo in these pictures as well. Like some hobo stumbled on the set.
And you saw me as well.
Yep. And him bent over on my bed, which actually I do want to touch upon that afterwards, but we'll get around to that.
I know what you.
But yeah, there was a lot of issues with it, especially also with the construction lights that we had to use because we didn't get any lights either. So we didn't get any sound equipment, so we had to go to a guitar shop and kind of figure that out. We also had to go to shout out Sylvan, which is like a hardware store.
Yeah, we bought
a Home Depot.
Yeah, we bought a construction light. And if you don't know, or you're just getting into film or whatever, or you don't know anything about film, light is extremely important. And we had some great lights lined up, but then they fell apart, and then we had to improvise. And that's just how it works on a set, I think. You have to just
problem
keep
solving.
improvising.
Yeah, 100%.
And we did, and we could play around with it. It was just one harsh light. That's all it could be.
Then we put post-it notes on.
Yeah, we put post-it notes in to have different filters. So we put a blue filter. That's what we used for the night scene where I was scratching my own behind. And then also just have a diffusal. So we had to play around with it. But we got away with it. It could have been way worse if we didn't know what we were doing.
No, I mean, we didn't really at the same time. We didn't really know what we were doing. But, you know, it was the first kind of film. The cinematography is awful. But it doesn't matter because it's kind of like a fine line between a short film and a sketch. Yeah. So the main thing is as long as the writing's there and the jokes are funny and the editing's okay, then it's all right.
Yeah, maybe we start the chronological order.
Yeah.
All right, so it started out as a sketch. I think it started out as you have like just all these notes all spread around everywhere. And you just had one single inkling of an idea. Can you still remember what it was? What started it all off?
Yeah, it was. I think it was. Shout out to. I think I came up with this inkling of an idea.
Yeah,
it's not even anything to be proud of. But I'm shouting about anyways.
But we built an entire movie.
To Daniel and Floresha, because it was either him or me that came up with the inkling of the idea. It's on my phone. I don't remember. I don't think he remembers. It was one of us, and it literally just said. The ass scratch is back. That was it. So we were looking for ideas. This is great because we were looking for ideas. We were writing down a bunch of kind of ideas, me and Burt here, and we were like, what do we want to make? We could have this thing here, and we had a bunch of serious things. We had like a horror script about like perpetual knocking around the house.
Exactly.
And some like trauma things there.
Yeah.
We had some other scripts that Burt had written already that then we could work around and maybe just like, you know, fix stuff and stuff. And then we did like a whole competing kind of knockout stage of what we wanted to do.
That's a lot of fun. Like if you work together or just by yourself and you're figuring out like, what idea do I want to work on next? What I like to do playoffs, like in American football, where they all just play, and then you just get them and you do randomize these things. You just say like, oh, this knocking script, this comedy thing, just everything, and then you just say like, I like this one more.
If you do the knockout stage, you'll end up with choosing a script like we chose.
Exactly, it was the best one.
We didn't even have a script for it. It was just something to do with ass scratching back, and I don't know. It was just so fucking funny.
It was fun to do. Like that's one tip for people.
And that's how we went for it.
Do playoffs.
Yeah, do playoffs, and then we landed on that. And when we landed on it, we decided to write the script.
Yeah,
that was also a shit ton of fun. Yeah. It kind of took off on its own. We were writing the script with Chris Shakespeare as the character, but we were writing it as a documentary. It's like a documentary about what would have happened. It was originally called What Should Have Happened. That was the original
how
name.
It should have
how
gone.
It should have gone. That's it. How it should have gone.
Because it was him making the movie
about getting rejected from making the movie and how it should have actually happened.
So it was kind of meta. It's
meta very fiction. Meta, and you know, hopefully we stuck the landing. I think it's a little bit confused. We could have done better on some things, but you know, when writing a script about that, it's pretty funny because it's like we're writing a script that's written by the main character, so we can't really stray and write what we want because we have to paint him in somewhat of a good light, which ended up being quite interesting because it was like, I want to write this, and then we were writing it, we were like, no,
that's not what Chris would say. Chris would say that he is brilliant, but so we had to walk the line between making himself look good, but then still making him look like the real Chris Shakespeare. Yeah. And we did that by, one of the scenes that has been cut. That's also a big revelation, I think, to everybody watching right now. Yes, we have cut material. We have things that we're like, it's not good.
I don't even, what did we have?
One was like where he was just in a coffee shop or just drinking coffee. And he was telling people how amazing he was. So one of the scenes was that the Chris Shakespeare was just working in one of the coffee shops, just and trying to get everybody to notice him writing his masterpiece because he has to pitch this later. And he was just sitting there, and the actors we had hired to be in the shot, you really enjoyed this. They were pretending to be real people that didn't have anything to do with the movie. So they were acting as if they were not acting, but that's every acting thing. So
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
that
But
part.
anyway,
Oh, right, yeah.
and then he's like saying things like, "Oh my god, that's amazing," and then nobody's noticing, and then, "Oh shit," and then
Yeah.
and then people they just they look over and like, "Oh yes," and he has a disguise. He takes his disguise off and like, "Yeah, it's me, Chris Shakespeare. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I have to pitch this bitch today." Oh, look at the time. I need to go, and then he runs away. That's one of the scenes we cut because
we fucked it up.
we fucked it up because there was no like we had to shoehorn that scene in,
Yeah.
and so we know a little bit what we were doing. We learned that we have
We
to
know
cut our
post.
darlings.
Yeah, well, darling.
I like that.
It was it was okay. It was fine. I liked it, but it was like, yeah, it didn't really fit at all. You can see my nipples on this. I just
Yeah, it looks good. You see my man boobs. Yeah.
It's in everything.
Yeah, hey, shut up.
Can we get the camera in? Yo, what's up with this hairline, Burt? What's up with this hairline, Burt?
Shut up.
Anyways, let's get back to serious.
That was one of the scenes. Is there any more interesting?
Well,
scenes
I
on
really
set?
wanted to talk about the. Okay, so I was directing this in the sense that, because he was the actor, then one of us had to direct. So we've also just released it's just a silly music video where Burt directed it, and I was the actor for that one.
Wait.
Directing you to scratch your ass was wonderful because he was so worried about the the humiliation, I suppose.
the knockback, the
I guess the
cultural impact.
cultural impact your
my
asshole
rectum
will
would
have.
make
Yeah.
on my parents,
Yep.
the society.
Yeah. Which is also very, very funny because so he was trying to get him to do a different position. The ass actually wasn't even my idea. That was someone on set. That was Daniel on set. It was like, why don't you have him really bent over and have him all the
Oh,
way
was that
up?
Daniel?
That was Daniel who
Son
said
of a
it.
bitch.
And I was like, that's a great fucking idea. I love it.
Daniel.
So, so shout out again. You've had two great ideas here.
Yeah.
So and I remember on camera, I was like, dude, put your ass higher up. Really dig in there, really dig in. And what's really funny about that scene is that, well, we were talking to a person here in Berlin who's a friend of mine who's a very, very good director and producer, recognized Bart immediately from that scene there with his ass in the air and his fingers all the way inside, which is I'm very proud as a director to be able to have that on my repertoire that I could do that.
I was excited to meet him, and I know he's like a big deal. Maybe he can be a guest in the future. We won't say his name now. We don't want to put him on the spot.
I won't say his name now.
But immediately he said like, "Hey, yeah, you were from the movie, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, oh, you recognize me. I don't have to bend over to." So I bend over in front of this way better director than we are. So, but I made an impression, I think. Was it
Definitely
a good impression? I don't know.
Who knows?
But I'm still happy I did.
Impression. Who cares? It's fine. And so we want to make more stuff like this, but like with higher production and actual bigger crew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Keeping on Passion of the Chris, because we're probably primarily writers.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
And then we're filmmakers. We want to be filmmakers, but I think we're filmmakers second to screenwriters. Like we have way more experience as screenwriters than we do as.
I think filmmakers are always a bit off. I feel like a filmmaker is the person who does everything. I feel like screenwriter is screenwriter. And then you have a DOP or director.
Yeah.
And filmmaker is director, filmmaker, screenwriter.
That's kind of what we were, though, for the
100%.
stuff we're making. We are that.
So I would suggest. I like cinematography, but I feel like directing is my second thing. But yeah, overall, being a filmmaker or making things is definitely up there.
Yeah. So we want to write more stuff, more comedy. And we wanted to also introduce some challenges to this. I think we talked about it on another podcast where we were going to do some writing challenges on this podcast. We're still, like we said, this is pretty bootleg right now because we're just trying to figure out how... It's been a while since we made a podcast as well because we've been fucking busy moving and everything.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of getting in the swing of things. It's probably going to be heavily edited as well, this podcast, because we were, getting back in.
Yeah.
Anyways, my point was... we're talking about Passion of the Chris.
Yeah.
I just look like I pissed myself now. Poured water all over myself.
Nice. Look at show to the camera.
Then I have to show my lower half.
Show his lower half. Oh, he had some pee stains. That reminds me of that sketch from I Think You Should Leave with the pee stain pants. Where like someone got a little bit pee in his pants, and like someone is making fun, like, hey, you didn't dry off properly, like, and then this guy jumps in. No, that's just how you buy him. That's just how you buy him. That's a great sketch. Shout out to
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, yeah.
I think that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Passion of the Chris. Let's go back to that again. Editing that was a bitch.
I think Passion of the Chris is something a lot of people are going to go back to for like years to come. Like historians are going to go back, like, how did this get made? They didn't have any money, but still they built this big a thing that had such a bad impact to the world. It's impressive. But yeah, no, the editing process. Yeah, this movie, it's 8 minutes, and I think we can do it way quicker now.
Yeah.
It took us, in a sense, in the duration, took us 3 months. Because we filmed it, then we weren't happy with it, then we had to reshoot things, we had to film that, then we had to film the intro, that was tricky. We had to record the voiceover of Hope Everybody...
We had to also just point out, the opening scene with the shot of the fjord, that was like with the narration. Yeah. And sorry, Mom, but we kept wanting to shoot that. We kept getting way too... stoned for it.
Yeah, we were smoking too much.
So we had to walk out and film this, and every time it was just we were going for a walk, and then we went to go film it, and I was like, fuck, damn, I forgot the camera. Damn, I can't do it right now. Or
we came up way too late. It was already pitch black. We had to get there at the perfect time.
Yeah.
No, it was not great. No,
it was not great.
And we did that for like
how long? That's like 3 weeks. Something like that, right? Where we were just like, now it's great weather, we should go out. It's like, we could also just go picnic, right?
Yeah. And it was great picnics we had. That took us a month. And finally we got a shot that's almost good. With a lot of editing.
It's okay. It's for some reason the quality is kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's the water was fucking with
phone, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was filmed with my phone.
Because my camera, I had my little shitty camera. Yeah. Because we didn't have the good camera.
Which we borrowed from a library.
Yes. So it's quality. Yeah. Everything, but that's just that's also something we learned because of this movie is we had this plan to set out. We set out to get this thing made, and everything tried to stop us from making this thing. First the lights, then not getting able. We had to film past the late hours, like in 4 a.m. Everybody was dead tired. We already sent like half the crew home.
One of our crew members drank about 50 bottles of Lewis Hamilton special edition.
That was the most of our budget. Drink. Half of our budget was Lewis Hamilton drinks.
Which apparently he tastes like, what does he taste like?
Peach,
again?
I think.
He's peach.
He's a peach
There you go.
man.
Lewis Hamilton tastes like peach. So if you wanted to know.
Yeah.
Don't
drink it yourself. It's not healthy.
It's not healthy at all.
But we
that's where our budget went.
Yeah. And then so at 3 a.m. We still had to cover me in makeup for the opening scene.
Yeah, we probably pissed off a lot of Christians.
Yeah.
We're not welcome in Alabama.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You're not welcome in Alabama.
100%. Yeah. I don't want to be in Alabama.
And we keep doing Christly things.
Yeah, we have to give ourselves a challenge that we don't do that for one thing.
We need to make fun of other religions instead. We just keep making fun of Christianity.
Well, we want to make fun of other religions, but they will get angry. Maybe.
The problem is that Christianity is fair game.
You guys are cool,
you guys are fair game. You guys are easy. You guys know you're funky people.
You guys aren't afraid that we ridicule you because you guys are like, yeah, we believe in the right God, you assholes, and that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm jealous, but we learn a lot. We learned to cut our darlings, kill our darlings. We learned perseverance.
Yeah.
We learned that things wouldn't work out, but then you had to just improvise and just figure out something else. So we learned a lot from.
We did learn a lot from that shoot, yeah. And it's
let's hope so at least. Let's not make
another. I hope we did. I mean, like when you were just from the music video, you can already see that we're more prepared and the quality is better.
And we only did it in a week. Like that was the impressive thing.
What, Passion of the Chris?
No. Passion of the Chris. We had a lot of planning, people for it, and still we made this. And the music video, now that we have the new BIM equipment and all this stuff, we only had like 5 days to film this.
Less. I think we did it.
Yeah, well, we had
Thursday. We wrote it.
It was just a homework assignment. Just quickly film something, and we were like, all right, we have to do this as good as possible. But I'm quite happy how it turned out. It isn't perfect yet, but that's what we're gonna do later.
That's why can I pitch the next?
Oh please!
This is not the next serious script. I'm just gonna pitch the next comedy because we're gonna do.
Okay.
because we don't even know what we're writing for our serious one yet. We're pretty sure it's probably my.
Well, we have a rule.
Yeah.
It hasn't been completely set out, but
No,
the rule is 2 funny things, 2 serious things, and then 2 funny things again, and so forth.
Repeat,
So.
yeah. And the serious thing is, well, I can kind of. It's a.
You
I
say?
guess we could say it's a pastiche. I just learned that word last week. It's not the same as a nut. That's called a pistachio.
We're really gonna make a.
We're gonna make a. Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, I'm so
We
excited.
had you scratch your ass. Now we're gonna make you nut.
Oh, what? Wait, what? No, wait, what? Oh no, that's not a pastiche, man.
No, it's a pistachio.
Oh,
I'm
what?
talking about pastiche was that thing that's like a homage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's not.
That's not a
You said-
pistachio. That's a nut.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
No, I thought you were talking about
guy's stupid.
living healthy living America.
Oh.
That's the next funny one.
Oh.
And we
Okay,
have.
I don't know if we're gonna film that. I fucking hit the
It's
mic.
gonna be funny.
I don't
It's
know if
really
we're gonna-
funny.
We'll
Or else
figure
we
that one out. We'll
just
see.
sell
I
the-
was not gonna go for that one. I was gonna go for the pastiche. Is what I was gonna.
I'm very excited for that
Yeah.
one. I think we can film that in the next month almost. We just have to start writing it.
Yeah, we just have to write it really. Yeah, one of Burt's favorite movies that he showed me. Is a bit of a tricky movie to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's harsh, yeah.
Is called My Dinner with Andre. And,
Yeah.
if anybody knows, he talks like this. a
That's
little bit.
Wally.
Really? Well, Andre, listen here. He talks like that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very like
Well, Wally, I realized that life was just not that beautiful as we all think, but actually the beauty we people create. And I never knew that.
Andre, nobody's gonna understand the reference you're making here. Nobody's watched My Dinner with Andre, and the one person who has watched it is
They're loving it right
They're
now.
loving
I
it.
think
They're having a
it's
great
good.
time.
That's a good Wally, right?
Is it good? That's my passion. Right
I
there,
think I
is
did the
can do a
movement of
Wally.
Andre so well. Well, and then that's when I realized.
What about my weighted blanket?
Yeah.
Um,
Electric blanket.
Electric blanket.
Like that's because it's filmed in 1980, I think, and they're talking about.
We'll put a picture, by the way.
Yeah,
somewhere.
but he's talking about that things are getting too corporate and capitalistic, and technology is going way too far. And the example they use for like, well, I want to be comfortable, so if I want to use my electric blanket, then I just want to have it. And but now we have phones, of course, so that. Maybe that could be a thing in our little.
Well, our pastiche is gonna be. We don't know the project title is My Joint with John.
No, that's too much, man. Everybody knows what we're gonna do then.
Is that too much? All right, this might seem like a quick cut to you guys, but this was an hour ordeal for us because the camera shut off. So I've been painted for a bit, I hope.
Yeah.
Whoa.
sometimes,
wacky me.
yeah. Sometimes we hide the fact that the cameras are not working. It has been stopped. We have this issue every podcast, and I hope that this is the first time you only notice. So, but we had a great technician coming in and setting us up with the right equipment here. Thank
Camera
Joe
guru.
for
Man,
that.
Joe
Yeah,
from BIM. There you go.
Yeah, Bim. He's a good guy.
He's a top G.
Yeah.
He's cool.
100%. So we're not gonna lie, and the show must go on. No, nothing like that. We're just gonna talk about the next thing.
Yeah, which is because we completely fucking went off tangent and forgot what the fuck we were talking about. So I remember somewhat we were talking about. We were talking about stuff that we wanted to make. We were talking about pastiche before, and now what I want to say is the comedy thing, because that's what we were talking about, Passionate Chris.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing, have we already talked about this on the podcast? I feel like we've already actually brought up the next comedy thing we want to do. You wanted to do Healthy Eating America.
Yeah,
Okay,
Healthy Living America.
Healthy Living America. So me and Burt here, we wrote a script a while back. Yeah, he wants.
Oh, you want to talk about it? I thought you want to talk about a certain fruit.
I do want to talk about certain fruit. I kind of want to just touch on healthy living.
Okay, yeah.
It is funny. I do agree. I really like the script. The problem is it's fucking grotesque.
It's people don't want to be in
People
it.
don't want to be in it. I don't really want to be in it.
I
but
don't
know
mind.
that-
I already embarrassed myself. I just
yeah,
want,
but this is worse.
I want to drag everybody down to that level now. If I'm going, I don't want to go down alone. I'm gonna drag everybody with me. But the funny thing is, speaking of killing your darlings, sometimes killing your darlings is like cutting a scene, cutting a character, cutting a. This one we have one script. And we're just gonna cut the script. We're not
Just
gonna
cut the whole thing. You
yeah,
want to do
maybe.
it though. You
or
want to
maybe
do
it's
it.
gonna come out.
You want to do it.
Oh, I think it's funny. It's a lot of.
I do too.
Yeah, because it's about something we are very passionate
Do you know-
about. It's about healthy living and, of course,
you know, when a man gets, when the nights get cold and the man gets lonely and the only heat he can generate is in his loins, then
with friction.
Then you know, you gotta embrace that. You know,
It's about
I just
cum.
knocked this day. It's about cum.
So yeah, that's something I think it's funnier than the next one, but it's less filmable.
What, the next one? No, Healthy Living in America is so easy to film. Are you kidding me?
No, but morally.
Oh, sure, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So tell me what this.
Well, the next one, we might have talked about it already, but we want to film Mango Man.
Mango Man.
I'm very excited for that one.
Well, we have some updates about it. We have a new idea how we're gonna film it. Like, it's gonna be a horror.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Yeah, holy shit. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
First, we thought it's going to be like just a sketch.
Fuck, yeah.
And that's the problem. Like we did with Passion of the Chris, we always get something that's like, oh, that's a funny sketch.
Yeah.
And then slowly, when we're writing it, it turns into a movie.
Yeah.
And this one, too, will become a movie, but it's going to be a trailer. A fake trailer for a movie that's hopefully never coming out. And it's going to be a horror trailer.
Yeah.
And then you think like, how can Mango Man, whatever that is, get scary?
It'll get scary.
It will be scary and funny.
Yeah. Straight in time for Halloween. Not really. We
will be
ages away.
way too late.
But we got actresses for it as well. Who seem the school has actors here, so we can actually hire people that aren't just Burt and me.
You will see him come by on our channel.
But it is most likely that the main character will be played by me. Most likely.
Yeah, he just has the face of a Mango Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I lived it.
Yeah.
I lived the plot. You'll see. Should I go into the plot?
I think so. I think give him a little teaser.
Okay, a little teaser is I'll just explain my experience and then you can kind of but you can kind of see what maybe the plot is.
You can get excited.
So I was sitting there and it was a little while back and I was I was pretty stoned. I'm not gonna lie. It was a while ago.
Most of his stories. Yeah. If he ever tells a story, and he's not saying that he was high about it. He didn't specifically said it. Still, like, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with an ounce of weed when he says so, because most of his adventures are
Cheeto fingers.
All right,
they're cheesy and stony. So I was sitting there, and it was late at night, and I was when if you're stoned, you got no snacks and you got nothing. Awful. And I was watching David Attenborough. Mm-hmm. Shout out Dave. We'll bring him on the podcast.
He can be right there.
We'll bring him next time. We can do that. And I was watching a monkey just fucking, oh my God, dude, just eat this fucking mango. Just like ripping into it, skin, everything, just juices fucking everywhere. Oh my God, dude, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. And I fucking needed that mango, bro. There's something primal in me that was like, I need this. I need to just rip this mango apart. And it was on my mind for like a while. You want to say something there, Burt?
I just realized how bad this podcast is.
I agree, it's really bad.
No, this is just our creative process. We are going over the entire place. Hopefully the next podcast is going to be a little bit better. We're going to talk about some interesting things. We're going to actually talk about movies.
Yeah, we will. Next one we will.
This was mostly like the process of making movies.
And writing. It's just the comment. We're moving to Berlin, and now we're just going to talk about future products that we might have.
Yeah.
So that people can maybe get excited for it. We were like, we're going to talk about Passion of the Chris. We talked about it for like 10 minutes, then it failed, and now we're moving on.
Yeah, and that's good. The things can you have to just let's just keep it here. Let's keep them with one last thought, and that is that you just have to put yourself out there. That's what we have learned since making this.
Fully out there. Asshole and
ass
everything.
And all, yes. Get ass first, as they say.
Ass first. Yep.
And you just have to put yourself out there, and that's what we're doing right now with this podcast and with the little things we're making and all the little assignments we get from BIM and trying to do the best of our abilities to get these things done. And I'm really enjoying it. It's like something I want to, because I don't know, I gave myself the bad task of making these podcasts have a little theme to it or a little hint or a tip to everybody out there. I don't know why I do that. We're making it very difficult for ourselves. But one of the things I learned is that you just have to put things out there and really, dare to get yourself working and don't think about, you think you have to do everything perfect. Like before you film a film, you think like, I have to know every part of a film. I have to know everything about a camera. I have to know everything about the lighting. And that's just never gonna happen. You don't know 100%. You will never, like, that's the way you get to knowing all those things, by just trying these things. So I'm actually not embarrassed for making Passion Chris. I'm embarrassed for being in it.
Yeah, and embarrassed and we also said 10 years from now, even now, actually, it's like, oh, the quality is not great.
No.
But we learned from it,
already.
so that's fine.
But that's we
good.
already don't make those rookie mistakes.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, I'm very happy with what we're doing right now. So that's just what I wanted to say. Just start doing things. Start making the things. Start putting them out there. That's my biggest tip for this week, I think.
That's your tip right there. Do stuff.
Do stuff.
Doesn't matter, just make it. And then, I think that's a good tip.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching this time.
For sticking through with this podcast.
Yeah,
this is probably our most bootleg one so far.
Yeah, and the next one is going to be
awesome.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're going to be awesome. We're not going to go and just... we're
not going to do something silly
like
talk
about
shitty movies.
We're not going to go into the corner right now and just swap T-shirts to make it look... to make it look like it's a week.
A little tip from the veil there. We're going to... we just... All right, you will. That's just the art that is show business.
We're artists. This is show business.
Again,
it's a live audience here. They're just silent.
Look at all these chairs. We got. Let me just take a little picture of how this looks, like, so that everybody knows.
So they can see how bootleg we're doing this. Yeah, we gotta.
They look like big cameras, though. It doesn't look that bad. Could be way worse.
Could be worse.
So yeah.
Well, all right. Well, we'll call it here, and then we look forward to seeing you guys in the next podcast. We'll be shooting next week.
Yeah,
not
next
in 5
week.
minutes.
Different clothes, but same hair, same classes and everything. My name was Burt Burlington. Go to my website. My website is back on. It was also down for a second, but it's back on. Very happy with that. Yeah. www.burtburlington.com, and also I'm on Twitter and Instagram, Burt Burlington.
And I'm Noah Marcia Ward. My website still isn't up, but I will do it. I said that in like the fucking first one, and I will. It's just
3 months ago.
I don't really mind too much. I'm getting active on Twitter. I'm angry tweeting, so that's fun.
Oh, that's good.
And shout out to
Monsoon.
There's a battle bot. That's the battle bot itself tweeted.
Yeah. And you didn't even add him. You added
I added the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, go to my Instagram, whatever, Twitter, whatever, and then one day there'll be a website, I swear, but it'll be when I have stuff to put up there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's change shirts.
Let's go change t-shirts. See you guys.